And welcome back, Roommate Rivalry. Still moving along here on this 2-hour NFL special. And it is NFC East time. Last year, the Cowboys won this division, but they lost to DeMarco Murray, who now plays for the Philadelphia Eagles, who are in this division, in case you have been asleep forever. And the Giants have a superstar named Odell Beckham Jr., and the Redskins managed to get way worse.
They're just
royalty.
They should be on Hard Knocks. That would have been great.
That would have been fun.
The Redskins. All the drama.
That would be fun.
That would have been fun.
So you know what? They
were on Hard Knocks.
I think that Alfred Morris might have probably
they were on Hard Knocks.
Might have been the most boring dude ever.
They got into a fight.
Alfred Morris? Yeah, they were actually. That's probably why they got into a fight. They were all just probably so.
No, wait. Was it Alfred? Wait. Were the Redskins on Hard Knocks before?
I don't know.
No.
I'm pretty sure. I don't know. Maybe it was like a special on them. Like Alfred Morris's rookie year, he's had like the same car since high school. It was like a beaten down.
I knew I could. He just look like a boring dude.
No, he had a beaten down like Toyota something.
Not to be mean or whatever.
It was honestly worth maybe like $10.
I mean that's not bad though. That's more than what my car's worth.
Yeah.
Because I don't have a car.
Thank you.
Thank you. That's why I asked for Ant for rides to.
And he says no.
And he tells me that my feet were just fine. But then he ended up giving me a ride and he lost a spot. So lit. Anyway,
can I go first with this?
Go ahead, Joe. Who's winning this division and why?
Who I want to win, Giants. Who's gonna win?
He's gonna say it.
The Eagles.
I think that we all really should applaud Joe for his honesty. I think that this is a big step for him. Let's just let him talk right now, Joe. Let us know why.
And now he's going with the Cowboys.
Because the rest of the division is not good at all. I really think the Cowboys are overrated. The Cowboys' defense is not good at all. Last year, I don't know how they actually played well. I think DeMarco Murray.
Plays on the Eagles.
Thank you. He's nice.
Thank you.
They got Sam Bradford, if healthy. He's nice.
That's a great point.
Big if.
Jordan Matthews. He showed he can play.
Like
the defense. They got Kiko Alonso, who's good. What's his name? Fletcher Cox. He's good. They got Maxwell from Seattle. Okay, they improved. I think the Eagles, just because the division is not as strong as it once was. The Giants, I'm actually going to put the Giants. I really think the Cowboys are not going to do anything at all, like not be good at all. I'm going to put the Giants second. Just because Victor Cruz is back.
That's nice.
Odell Beckham picked up Shane Vereen. He's a throwing threat out of the backfield. Williams is Rashard Jennings was actually really good as well. They have some solid for the 3 running backs they have solid together. You know what I'm trying to say? Mm-hmm. Like if they were by themselves, not good at all. Yeah. The defense though, But I don't think the Cowboys' defense is good as well, so that's why I'm going to give it to the Giants. And the Redskins.
They're in there.
The only thing they got is your boy Deshaun Jackson.
Facts.
Kirk Cousins he's okay as a quarterback.
Who's their linebacker?
They're going to be fourth.
What's his name?
Kerrigan.
I like him.
Yeah, he's not bad.
He's just not a bad.
Wait, don't they have Junior Gillette?
He's out. He's out there.
I was about to say he's out.
Good pickup.
I was about to say he's out.
Yeah, for a week.
So basically, gotta say the Dirty Eagles.
Always sunny in Philadelphia.
And then the Giants, Cowboys, and Redskins.
All right, Ant, talk to me here.
Was that good enough for you?
I think those are all real good points, Joe. I'm real proud of you right now.
You did take the Dolphins too.
We didn't agree on this.
Honestly, maybe we had a deal,
I'm taking the Cowboys.
Hey.
Terrible decision.
Tom's hype.
Yeah, don't worry. Tom doesn't watch the show.
My boy Tom.
Yeah, he wouldn't even know.
And it's just because Tony Romo. I don't like him obviously, but he's been really impressing me like for these last like 3 years. I'd say. I think he's actually gotten better, especially like when it comes down to like the clutch moments.
He's solid.
Des Bryant is possibly arguably the best receiver in the league. Some people could argue it.
Yep.
And
good points.
Lee, what's his name? Lee's back, their linebacker.
Yeah,
I forgot his first name.
Sean
Lee. If he's healthy, which is very unlikely, I think he's good. They picked up some nice defensive players in the draft. I mean, obviously the running back situation is a question mark. I mean, their offensive line is the best in football. There's no argument there. Eagles do not have a better offensive line.
They don't.
And they have a better left tackle, I'll give you that.
All right, Ant, you're getting some bonus points there. I like to out.
But, yeah, I mean, I don't like Joseph Randle. I didn't like for fantasy purposes, but I think because whenever he touched the ball last year, he got 7 yards whenever he was in. I obviously he wasn't the starter, but
so you think they're gonna win the division, but you don't like Randall?
You're saying fantasy wise, he said.
Fantasy wise, I didn't like Randall, but like in real life, whenever he touched the ball last year, he got at least 7 yards, like as an average, which is really good. I'm not saying the Eagles are gonna be bad. I have the Eagles still making the playoffs. I don't think they're gonna be number 2. I don't like Sam Bradford. I never had faith in him. I don't think he'll ever be healthy.
Giants 3?
Yeah, well, because the Redskins they're like the Titans, my God, and possibly worse.
They're a team.
I think possibly, worse, right?
Yeah, the Redskins might be picking number 1 overall.
I mean, the Giants, I don't know. We have the most injuries for the past 5 years.
That's crazy.
We lost all of our safeties in a matter of a week. I don't know. JPP decides to use some fireworks. I don't know.
That was crazy when I heard he lost his finger. I was like, wow. Like when they tell you don't like mess around with fireworks and stuff.
5-year-olds.
It was his finger.
I don't know. Giants are interesting. They're a wild card for me. They could be. Our offense could put up like a lot of points, but then we'll give up like 40. Something like that. I feel like that was like what the Blue Jays were before they made this big trade. Like they would score 8 runs but give up 9. And I don't know. I like the Cowboys, Eagles, but I'd still, if it flip flops, I would not be surprised at all. But I still have them both making the playoffs.
All right, now I'm gonna try to save the outrageous statements or what's claimed to be outrageous towards the back end of what I'm gonna say.
Was my argument bad?
No. I mean it's fair. The Redskins are just horrible. They're picking top 3, top 5, guaranteed.
Top 3. Let's be honest here.
The Giants, I actually, I think are really scary if Cruz actually comes back and plays.
Receiving core is really good if they're healthy.
I think Eli Manning might have a huge bounce back year. Get a big check. Come the offseason or whenever they pay him.
I think the best thing we ever did was getting Vereen. That'll limit his interceptions. I was just
going to say, I think Shane Vereen is going to really help him a lot. I think Rashad Jennings, people like. I think that Shane Vereen is going to be the lead back. I think he'll end up being much more valuable. But I'm just not sure. You know, their defense isn't even that bad. I just don't know if the Giants have it. I could actually see them even finishing better than the Cowboys. I think
you really don't like the Cowboys. Well, I'll let you finish.
I think that the Giants will be in that 8-8. They'll be in that 8-8, 9-7, 7-9 range.
We're predicted 7-9.
I think they'll be within that range.
Okay.
The Cowboys. All right. So last year, their best player was easily, in my eyes, DeMarco Murray.
Yeah.
Now, everyone says that they have the best offensive line of football, and I think more people need to be honest. When you watch football, a lot of times you're really not watching the line, and people who are saying that, it's because you've heard it in the media, and that's not to anyone's discredit because I think that it's something that we all fall in the trap of, but I don't think that there's a lot of people who came to that conclusion on their own, and that's nothing against you who said it or anyone else who said it. I mean, there are times where I said it.
Wait, so you're saying DeMarco Murray did it by himself?
I'm not, but no. But so let me be clear. It's not that DeMarco did it by himself, but a lot of people, but a lot of people think that the offensive line did it by himself. And I'm just gonna give an example.
I wouldn't say that.
No, I'm not saying that, but I just think the Cowboys line is.
It's very good.
That's elite.
Okay, but let me give you guys an example here now. And I mean, I know we're talking real life, but
I don't know what you said last year about Murray. I don't know what you said because if I remembered, I would use it against you. But
no, but I'm not sure what sometimes fantasy can show you what people think in real life. This was around. I was doing an internship at the Fantasy Sports Network, and it was like this big experts draft, and someone took Darren McFadden in the second round. It was July, and their reasoning was they said, you can put anyone behind that offensive line. They're running for 1,000 yards.
He wasn't even the number 1.
But so the thing is, it's just I think that this offensive line, it's just a little overhyped. They're gonna miss DeMarco Murray a lot. Last year, Tony Romo had his best year by far. People were saying that Tony Romo deserved the MVP. People were saying Tony Romo's top 5 quarterbacks. Tony Romo's good. He's not bad.
Tony Romo did not deserve MVP.
But Tony Romo was not MVP. Tony Romo's not a top 5 quarterback.
So what you're trying to say is they're hyping up the Cowboys a little too much.
They're hyping up the Cowboys, and they're not realizing that they lost their main piece. They ran the ball 48% of the time, which is well over every single team. Tony Romo is going to throw the ball a lot.
They are America's team. That's probably why.
And I'm telling you that they're going to be in for a big surprise. And obviously, the running backs. Look, I think that Joseph Randle is, to me, the clear number 1. But the fact that they just brought in Christian Michael from Seattle,
I don't know who that is.
I know who that is.
But it just shows that there's not a huge amount of faith. I don't think that he's a real threat.
I don't think that has really to do with faith. I think it's just because it's such a. I don't know. I don't know how to word that. I think maybe because maybe McFadden just has no chance of seeing the field. He'll just walk on the field and break his ankle.
He's injury prone. It's the same thing.
I think it's tough to tell. And to the Eagles, I think the Eagles really have a very, very good football team, and I don't want to come off in any way biased. But when you look at the run game, it is lethal. Yeah. If Nelson Aguilar turns out to be worth that first-round pick, which he actually might, I mean, that's dangerous. When you look at Jordan Matthews, I think that he's kind of what Juice is to the Dolphins, but I don't know, in my eyes, maybe
I feel like Nelson will be more of the receptions guy.
Nelson Aguilar is more what Jeremy Maclin was, and Jordan Matthews lines up in that slot. But to me, what the Eagles did was they made their defense a million times better. It went at drastic changes in regards to that secondary, and then you put a guy like Kiko Alonso in the middle. That is big time. And when I said I was going to make an outrageous statement, I don't know how, but if Sam Bradford plays 16 games, I think there's a good chance that he has the best season of any quarterback in that division, and he might be looked at as the best quarterback because he was picked number 1. He won a Heisman. That talent is there. In my eyes, he plays 16 games. I think Sam Bradford could honestly be that good.
What do you base that off of? What has he shown in the past?
He hasn't played.
So how can you say he's going to be the best after not playing these many years? So he's a first-round pick, and
no, he was the number 1 overall pick by winning.
And what happened to what's his face? Russell on. He was a bust.
Do you think he's a LaMarcus Russell?
But LaMarcus Russell was supposed to be the best, and
but I'm not.
He could throw 50 yards on his knees. Like, that's crazy. He had an arm, everything. He was number 1 pick.
And I understand.
And what happened? He was a bust. You saying that Sam Bradford's going to come in and...
Sam Bradford, though, but when he's been on the field, he's looked good. And that's why I said it was going to be an outrageous statement that people will more...
It's a little ridiculous, though. Like, if he played...
But I think if he plays 16 games...
If he played this year healthy, and you're saying this a year in advance, maybe. But you're basing it off of what? Nothing. You're basing it off of him just being a number 1 pick.
It's more of a hype thing, but I don't like using that word.
That's a little crazy, though. Like being a number 1. Tony Romo. You said Tony Romo came off a great year last year.
Yeah,
Eli Manning still did. But he's still passing wise.
Romo's numbers are going to go down, and Eli I think is going to have to probably throw. If that's
hopefully.
More. But we know that Eli does have those interception problems.
Hopefully, if he does stay healthy, he can beat out Kirk Cousins. But I think it's going to be tough.
That's not hard.
But I'm just trying to say, I think it's going to be...
Eli has a bad year. He's better than Kirk Cousins.
Man, I don't know about that. Sanchez is not good at all. The Eagles did... I don't like the Eagles that much, but they messed up with Tebow. I don't know what they did with that.
I've never liked Sam Bradford. I've never believed in his hype ever. I think he's on the team that fits him better, obviously, but I don't know. Something about him I'm just not a fan of, but I think the team around him will pick him up. That's the way I look at it. And DeMarco, I mean,
I think you just said it a little too early.
He's gonna be throwing a Sproles on the little route.
I think you said a little too early.
No, I understand that, but that is just my feeling. It's maybe one of my bolder predictions coming into the season.
It's just you're not basing it. That's the only thing. He hasn't had.
Well, we'll have to see. I know. We'll have to see. Now, that's all we got for the NFC East. Come back, NFC North. But until then, Ant, give him that Yankees update.
Thank you, Yankees. Better the team. The varsity team of New York. Mark Teixeira looks like he's going to be out for the rest of the year. Possibly not. That's not 100% true statement, which would be unfortunate news. His replacement, Greg Bird, Bird is the word, has been doing really well as his backup. He's hit some nice, really clutch home runs. I think it's every home run he's hit, they have taken lead after that. Our ace this year, who I believe was Nathan Eovaldi, is out 2 weeks with elbow inflammation, and Joe just told me he might be out for the rest of the year, which would really be terrible news for the Yankees.
Regular season.
Regular season, sorry. Tanaka is pitching tonight. against a very important series for the Orioles, and very important 3-game series against the Blue Jays this weekend.
You're listening to WICR, Iona College Radio.
Every decision